Hey guys, in this video, you'll learn about how to write an abstract. So you'll find all the information that you will need from the IB Psychology tab, go down to Internal Assessment. Down at the bottom of the page, if you scroll down, will be information about how to write an abstract. The first thing that you'll see is information in the presentation section. So in here, it talks about the abstract and what it is. Essentially, this is a paragraph that you will be writing last, the very last thing that you will write, but it will be actually the first thing that you input into your presentation and into your project. The key aspect here is that you have to think about this kind of as a guide to the entire research, but it needs to be short, it needs to be sweet, and it needs to really be focused. The word count cannot go over 200 words, and it won't be counted in the overall word count of the paper. And it must include a statement of your aim, summary of your method, including your design and sampling techniques. You need to identify your independent and dependent variables. You need to summarize your results shortly, and a conclusion of your study, not a conclusion of the original study, but a conclusion of your study. Again, it will be the last section that you wrote. Right. In order to help you with this, I've attached a document here, abstract sentence frames. This document will guide you through the abstract and will help you basically complete it. So you can begin with this experiment. The experimental research was conducted with the aim of, put in your aim. It is a replication of, input the study name and the date that you replicated. Within the study, the independent variable tested was, input your independent variable. And the dependent variable was blank. You should identify which type of design you used and how your participants were selected. Your procedures, participants were asked to include a brief overview of this method. Remember, this is a section that's only 200 words in total, so this should be 1 or 2 sentences that describe this. State briefly what your results were, and then draw a conclusion that answers the aim of your research study. What was the actual results of your study? To see an abstract in action, I encourage you to go up to the samples. Sample IAs. I thought sample IA number 2 actually had a stronger abstract. And as we look at this, going down here, you can see where it's put. Again, it's in the very front of the page. The experimental research is on human memory susceptibility to suggestion. It is a replication of the Loftus and Zani's experiment on memory distortion from 1975. The aim is to see how misleading post-event information in the form of questions and statements on a memory test will affect participants' memory of a picture. The research hypothesis states that participants who receive presupposing questions and statements will score less on the memory test than the participants who receive the non-presupposing questions and statements. The experiment uses an independent measure design, and the participants are an opportunity sample of adolescents of both genders. The results did not support the research hypothesis. Remarkably, the experimental group scored 70% correct, whereas the control group scored 61%. The subsequent conclusion was, however, not all these results challenge the reliability of Loftus and Zani's results, but that with some modifications, their experiment could have been replicated with a greater degree. So obviously, while you don't know about what this study actually was necessarily, it still is an introduction to these main ideas, and it's a starting spot for your response. Follow that word frame or that sentence frame. Keep your response focused, and again, keep it under 200 words. And once again, this will be the last section you write of all of this. You need to have all your other sections complete before you write this abstract. So make it your last part. This will go and contribute to your presentation score. If you have any questions about this, I can help you guys out when I return.